Hi, this is Ellie with Full Moonlight Tarot 20, and let's pull a reading for the person on your mind. I have the Love Oracle cards that I'm shuffling, and I just want to see what's going on with the person you have romantic feelings for. Oh, looks like they're taking care of themselves. Nourish, self-growth, self-focused, soul-finding. That's great. Let's see. Sorry, sometimes I really have to shuffle a long time till the cards come out, and sometimes they come out all at once. So I feel like they're coming out of an emotional storm, or they're in the midst of it. So emotional storm, turmoil, unstable, affected, conflict, clashing, differences, incompatibility. This looks to me like going through like a dark night of the soul. This looks to me like looking at any toxic situations they're in at this time. And with the Nourish card, I feel like they're finally seeing things for what they are. They're healing from these things. Maybe they've actually put an end to a lot of this. There's definitely clinging. Let me just make sure that all the cards are on the camera. Clinging, holding on, obsessing, spying. So I feel like there is some obsession going on with you. But it could also be that they were clinging to those old situations. Oftentimes, when they're not in unbalanced energy, what happens is they cling on to toxic things because that's all they know, and they feel that there's security there. Now, it takes a lot to actually realize that you're in something toxic, and that security is all false, right? That the security that they think they have in that situation is not built on a solid foundation, and eventually it's going to come crumbling down. And I feel like that's what's happened to this person, and they're having to let go of the situation. They're having to let go of whatever this is. This can be family members, toxic family members. This can be spouses. This can be lovers. This can be even work environments, anything toxic that they're keeping themselves stuck in, toxic friend groups, addictions they're having, right? And oftentimes when you're dealing with addictions, you have people in your life who um, like you to be where you're at, right? Where they don't want you to overcome those toxic traits. They like you there. You know, these are the enablers, the ones that encourage you to keep doing what you're doing instead of discouraging you and trying to get you to adopt healthier habits, right? So it looks to me like this person's making some changes. Let me take the dream guidance love messages and let me see what they would like to say to you. Now, these cards I don't always take as what this person is actually thinking. I often take this as their higher self, what their higher self is trying, the messages they're trying to get to you. Oftentimes, if you have a soul connection with someone, they will actually try to communicate with you telepathically, and it depends on how open you are to that. And now, again, telepathy, it doesn't come from the 3D self, it comes from the 5D self, the higher self. So oftentimes, people can't even, they won't even be aware of it. Songs remind me of you. That again, that is that can be a telepathic connection right there. I get a lot of my messages from spirit in song. I am willing to forgive. So there must have been something going on between the two of you in the past. Take it as it resonates. Oh, this card flew out. Don't fall on the floor. Having you in my life is a blessing. Oftentimes, you might have been the catalyst, right? You might have been the catalyst for this person having an awakening here, for seeing how they lived in toxicity. Ooh, interesting. It's a life lesson for both of us. I can see that. Well, you know what I always say, if you're not new here, any person who's in your life, you have a soul contract with, and most times there are people that we've had several lifetimes with. So you will always recognize them when you meet them in this lifetime. You will have this feeling deep down that you've met them before. There's this familiarity that's there. You might feel very, very drawn to them. If it's a really strong connection, then you feel really drawn to this person, and you might not know why, but that's the reason. You've had several lifetimes with this person, and you keep, sometimes there are things we weren't able to teach one another in other lifetimes, and so we take these lessons from lifetime to lifetime until the lessons are learned, right? So if this is a soulmate, they've come in again, you've met again, there's some stuff you still got to work through, but also oftentimes these soul connections come into the stabilizer to kind of help you through especially if you're on a very spiritual journey. Soulmates come in to be of assistance, to be a booster, to help you on your path, because you must have a destiny. You have a bigger plan for yourself for this lifetime. There is something that you need to accomplish that's not just an accomplishment for you and your ancestors. This is also an accomplishment that is going to benefit all of humanity. A lot of us that incarnated on Earth at this time are here because we are trying to help humanity. There's just too much darkness in the world, a lot of negative energy, and we have incarnated en masse in order to change that. There's also a lot of people waking up to spirituality, a lot more than in previous cycles, in previous lifetimes. So yeah, like times are changing and souls are waking up. And this person and you have met in this lifetime because there's some kind of a plan you're trying to fulfill. Now, let me see what message from the romance angels here. Now, is this person gonna come in? I don't know. Whatever storm they're going through at this time, they have to get through it, because what happens is, and you had to go through it too, right? You must have had several dark nights of the soul if you're here. You've had your spiritual awakening, and we often have more than just one. So this is something that you have to kind of do on your own. You have to find yourself again. You have to have the time to not be distracted with other people and to just focus on yourself and go within, right? So I feel like that's what this person is going through. That's something that you've been going through. So this is a process you have to let them finish. So what's coming out is finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Let me just see what else wants to come out. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Okay, let me stop here. Finances and career. Oftentimes, there are blocks that we put up that stop a lot of things from coming in. And I feel like with finances and career, sometimes when we don't feel stable in our life, when we're in an energy of lack, when you look at your life and all you see is what's missing, when you feel like you spend all your time working and money comes and money goes, and you feel like you're not getting anywhere, you're just scraping by. If you're in that mindset of lack, right? You're not looking at the blessings that you have. You're not grateful for the bills that are paid and the food that's on your table. And you don't focus on the roof that's over your head. You just focus on the things that you don't have. What happens is you create that energy of lack around you, which is preventing good things from coming in. And that includes relationships. Oftentimes, if you want love in your life, you have to be in an energetic state to welcome that in. And that can go for the other person too. I'm not just saying that's just you. But maybe you guys mirror one another, and that's something you need to snap out of. What happens is sometimes, especially if you're a woman, you might be hoping a partner will come in and help alleviate the financial burdens you're going through. And that's not the right energy to be in when you want to attract love, because you need to be in an energy of, I can take care of myself. I'm very, very happy with my life. When you're in an energy of feeling secure and stable within yourself, when you're in an energy of, I'm abundant, when you're in an energy of, I don't need anyone's help, I can do this on my own, I'm very, very happy with the way things are. And I'm not saying I turn away help, because that's another block you're creating. I'm saying that you're very, very happy with your life. You need to actually feel that, even if there are challenges, and everybody is going to have challenges in this lifetime. That's just something that we have to go through. Honestly, if we didn't have bad times, we wouldn't appreciate the good ones, right? So you need to be in an energy of that feeling abundant and feeling complete within yourself in order to attract a partner who mirrors that to you, right? Someone who's also complete and whole within themselves and very happy with their life. Because what happens is, if you're in this energy of lack, yes, you might call somebody in, but you're going to call somebody in who's mirroring the state that you're at. So if you're miserable, if you're in lack, if you feel like you're just scraping by, whoever you're going to attract in, if you don't have enough blocks up to not attract anybody, you're not going to attract somebody who's going to help you. You're going to attract someone who's going to take even more from you. So work on that, right? And maybe that's what this person is working on too. Now, this new love card, this could be somebody else coming in. This could be another soulmate coming in. But what this card also, one of the meanings of this card also means a new cycle in love. This could also mean that this person that you have on your mind here from this reading is gonna is gonna come in and is going to be changed. Maybe to the point where you don't even recognize them, not physically, but they're not the person they were when you first met them. And what I see from these cards here is that this person really has been going through the ringer and they're trying to heal at this point. So there's healing that is occurring and that has occurred. So yes, this person is not going to be the same when they come back in. And likely, I don't know how long it's been since you've had an interaction. You're a different person too. When you're on a spiritual journey, you're constantly changing because you're constantly learning new things. You're picking up new light codes every day, right? We're changing on a physical level. We're changing on all levels, really. So just know that the both of you are going to be different people when you face one another again. And whether or not you actually start a relationship with this person, ultimately that's up to you. But you're going to be able to feel if this person is going to finally be able to match you where you're at. Because they need to be similar, on a similar level with their healing, to match the healing that you have done within yourself. Because if they still come to you in a wounded state, it's not going to be good. And you're going to feel right away that you're not an energetic match. And honestly, especially when you are on a path where spirit wants to push you to fulfill your life purpose, if a lot of stuff hangs in the balance that you stay on your path, spirit is not going to allow someone to distract you from your path. So if this person were to come in and they're not quite ready, they still have a lot of healing to do, they still have a lot of toxicity, spirit would not allow it. And that will come as in they're trying to text you and the text is not going to go through. They're trying to call you, the calls keep getting dropped. Spirit very easily manipulates the 3D, right? Very, very easily manipulates electrical devices. They're going to put blocks up to this person coming in until the two of you are of similar frequency, and they're going to add to your life instead of detracting from it. So, and if this person is just not ready, and you are at a point in your life where you are doing you're on your journey, you are fulfilling your life purpose, but you need help, you need assistance, because sometimes we get to the point where things get heavy, we need love, we need support. Oftentimes spirit will send in another soulmate, right? Someone who's ready, someone who can match your frequency. Now when I said that, you would have gotten a feeling. You would have gotten either a negative feeling or a positive feeling, because maybe you're still clinging to the thought of this person. And I would advise you against that. I have really reduced the amount of love readings I've been doing, only like especially these ones that are very specific, only because I don't want you to focus so much on what the other person is doing and whether or not you're going to end up together. Because it really doesn't matter in the scheme of things. And the thing is, if you are clinging and obsessing about one person, you're actually keeping them away because your energy is bombarding them, right? You're actually keeping them away from you. You're pushing them away, especially if this person is meant to be on a spiritual journey. You need to focus on you, and you need to focus on your journey, and you need to stop focusing on other people, especially romantic partners. Know that when you have put the wish out there to have that love and support, spirit has heard it. That person is coming, no matter who it is, whether it is this person or another person. Somebody is coming in when you are ready for it, and when it's the right time for it, when this person is actually going to be able to be of help for you, when your energies align, right? So work on you. Work on raising your frequency. Work on getting rid of all the negative thoughts that you're having that are lowering your frequency. Try to be grateful every day. Try to get up every day. Be grateful for everything you have. Be grateful for the life that you are living. Find all the things that happen every day to be grateful for. And stop worrying so much about the things that are not working out in your life at this time. Okay? And when you go through life with an energy of abundance, and it's not just the thoughts, it's also the feelings attached to the thoughts. Even if you may not feel it, wake up in the morning and you see the sunshine and you say, oh, it's a beautiful day. And even if you don't feel like it, put a smile on your face, smile. Because what that does is it automatically makes you feel better, and feeling good, that raises your vibration, right? And when you go through the day with that kind of vibration, that is how you become magnetic to the things that you want to attract. So, this has been a beautiful reading. I wish you guys all the best, love and light, and we'll talk again soon.